Good morning, Blue. How you doing, buddy?
Yes, yes. Well,
We
took
are.
me by surprise, and I didn't realize I joined. How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, you there? I am half asleep right now, so this will hope it's a exciting match because I need to wake up a little bit.
All right. You need to get up and do your gold dance, mate.
I do. I've got two beers next to me. I've got some water next to me. I'm ready to go. I'm
I'm just going to pull
ready
this window
to
shut.
go. Yeah, go for it. Loving the sound of the birds there.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's it. Sound of the countryside. Hold on. I'll flip the camera around and you can see. Oh, the gain is all off there, but it's basically
Yeah.
fields,
Wow.
fields and fields and fields.
Whew. Love it. Love it. Very
Yeah,
jealous.
mate. It's
Very
a
jealous.
hell of a life compared to being in the city, I tell you.
Oh, I bet. So today we've got an exciting match against Primera FC. I'm probably saying that wrong. I've got the lineup up in front of us. We've got running a 4-3-3, which I feel like is pretty standard for Futera. The legend film in gold. And we've got Eek, New, Method, Pang, Tuit, Jew is captain, Ice, Bank, Gale, and Mai. Any thoughts on the lineups?
I'll tell you what, mate. I'll actually start off by talking about the Primera lineup, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
As we haven't usually been able to do this before, Primera are basically they're an academy team. So
Okay.
their whole purpose is to give the young academy kids games against adult teams. So that, for instance, they have an English guy who's let me check here. Let me check what his name is. So they have a Japanese midfielder, Kubo, and Kubo, I believe, is 16. Kazuya Kubo, number 10. They have an English centre back who's number 14, Oliver Radcliffe. They have an Italian midfielder, Filippo Squarci, and all of these guys are 15 or 16. So it's going to be quite. Go on, sorry, mate.
Yeah, no, just a very different type of side than we're used to facing.
Yep, they've got a 16-year-old Belgian goalkeeper who will be playing because he's the only goalkeeper in their squad.
So I think we're getting some feedback on your mic there, Blue.
Oh, okay. Let me go back on. 1 second.
There we go.
It might be the lead, mate. 1 second. Let me check.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, looks like I had you on mute. Oh yeah, you got yourself on mute there. My bad. All good. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Never can quite tell.
No worries.
Yeah, so they've basically got a really young team full of kids. It's going to be really fast in midfield. The top scorer, I think, is a midfielder as well, and the main striker is a 30-year-old guy called Philosophy.
Wow. Blue, we got the feedback picking up again.
All right, mate. Let me drop out the screen and I'll come back.
Yeah, no worries. Sounds good. Go ahead. The match is about to kick off, so we will go ahead. We'll switch over to the live stream. But Blue, always the man with the info. Very, very, very smart. Here we go, and we are live right now. So very, very, very different type of team makeup than we're used to seeing. Today, all right, we got a little bit of a chop on the stream. Now, we were told it was going to be a little wet. It's a little hard to tell from the stream, but that's definitely going to affect things. And I'm sure we'll talk about this more when Blue comes back, but a handful of little knocks and some fitness issues. So it'll be an interesting match all around. One I'm super excited for. I think it'll be a decent test, but I still think and hope Futera will come out ahead. I believe I saw on Discord that Primera is 6th in the division, but only a single loss. Gotta turn this brightness down. This match right now is feeling a lot faster than things I've seen in the past. In the river. Is there a body of water behind there? Oh, all right. Gotta pop this open. Gotta wake up. Gotta wake up. Check over the Discord, see if there's any other player news that we have coming up. Oh, all right. Blue is back. Welcome back, friend.
Right, what's it like?
I think it's good.
Right, it was a donut mistake. I had the mic running through the camera and not through the actual microphone. I didn't check the settings on the old StreamYard. My fault.
No worries. No worries at all.
What did I miss?
Not too much. Stream's decent, a little choppy, but decent. The pace feels pretty fast right now, not gonna lie. That or just me waking up is a lot slower than I usually am. So
Well, my fear of this team is probably speed from their midfield. I think that they will probably knock it up to their centre forward and then wait for on-rushing midfielders.
what now we've had some changes to Futera side that we had a vote on. We've had some knocks, some fitness issues. Any thoughts or comments on that?
I'm just checking it out now. It looks like we've changed. Let's have a look here. So we've got Eek, Nu, Method, Pang to it. So Pang will be at right back. Method and to it should be centre back. Eek and Nu is a bit odd because they're both left backs. I'll have to see how they're actually playing. I haven't actually seen the lineup yet completely. I mean, we're all right up front in midfield. I'm just trying to work out what's going on at left back.
Yeah. All right, the beer has been cracked. So
Yeah, I've got coffee, yeah.
I should do that, but I'm going to try and go back to bed after this.
Yeah, why not, mate? I don't blame you.
And then I've got Formula 1 in 2 hours after this. Ooh, it's going to be a great
Austrian
day.
Grand Prix.
Mm-hmm. Pretty happy with the stream so far. I feel like I'm going to jinx the quality of it, but so far it seems to be coming through quite all right.
So they're going with a long kick from their goalkeeper. Right, so Eek is at left back. Tuit is actually playing in holding mid. And Nu is the other centre back. Thank you, Lawrence, for that. So I think that's a bit of an issue, if I'm honest, because Nu can be a bit slow. To it doesn't often play that position. But then again, just have to wait and see what happens, don't we, MJ?
Oh, yes.
Right, let's get their team up. Their top scorer is Anaban Din Buyasaya Pinitz. Yes, that's right. I did say that.
Well done. That was perfect.
He's number
Absolutely
11
perfect.
coming out of midfield. So
Okay.
I reckon they're just going to whack it up to the top and just wait for the midfields to rush on. They've got some really odd sort of looking 40-year-olds in their team alongside some 14-year-olds.
Interesting. Big shout out, Golden Glow Master. Old, very good friend of mine. Yo, why am I up this early watching this? LOL. Thank you so much for tuning in, brother. Good to see you. Rorka's in the house as well. What's up, Rorka? How are you doing?
Yes, Rorka.
You guys entered a team into fantasy football yet? Do you want to talk about that at all, Blue?
Yeah, let's go for it, mate. So we're obviously Premier League up and coming. Futera United, we're going to have our own little private league there for everybody to join. I'm not exactly sure who's in control of it at the moment. I think it was Lawrence that was giving out information about it, but it was in the football chat. So if you go into the football chat section of the Futera Discord, you'll see there's talk of it there, and there's a private code to get in. It's the fantasy.premierleague.com.
Nice. Hey, have you done Fantasy Premier League before?
I have done, but not for a couple of years. Good fun. Always good fun. It's Rorka set it up. Okay, excellent. Thanks for letting us know that. You basically, I think usually you get basically 100 million, and then you have to spend that on whichever players that you might want. And you might find, obviously, Man City's players are more expensive than Nottingham Forest players who've just been promoted into the Premier League.
They should be.
But what you do is you find those players. I don't want to go too old school, but do you remember Michu at Swansea?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. So he had a killer season, and he would have been really cheap because they were coming up. So those are the kind of players that you want to pick. You don't really want to pay for Cristiano Ronaldo.
I did it for like 2 years. One of them was through a pub by my old place, and the winner got a free cake party.
Nice.
Yeah, it was. I was jealous. I did not win. I think
I'm hoping that we can get the guys at Futera, Mark, etc., to perhaps donate some clothing or perhaps an NFT or something like that.
That would be cool.
Golden Glow Master's going to have to go back to bed.
Thank you for turning in, man. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate the effort. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some prizes for it as well. So everybody that's in Futera, whether you own an NFT or not, come and join the Premier League fantasy team.
That's fun. And you bring up a really cool point there is like, yes, having the NFT gets you that extra level of access, but you can do so much and still be involved with the community to a certain extent, even without owning an NFT. Pop in the Discord, say hi.
Yep. Well, we've also got today the competition first goal scorer. So first Futera goal scorer competition, you don't need to be a holder, but you can still potentially win an NFT, or it might not be necessarily the NFT that you'd buy on OpenSea. It might be the super collectible ones, which is no current utility, but is more based on Futera's original cards, what they would actually sell in the shops, what you would be familiar with in your card shops in America.
Yeah, I just got mine the other day. If you think you might have one, check your hidden folder or section on OpenSea and reveal it. I believe I got Poom.
I haven't got one because I won my shirt really early on. So that's the thing. If you buy it, I might be a mod or whatever, but it doesn't mean I get stuff like just given to me like that. I won this shirt, and obviously with my Galbasana on the back.
Love it.
Come on.
Love it.
He said he's going to get 2 goals today. Just wait and see.
All right. I hope so. I really do.
So looking at this opposition team, they're not that small, are they?
No,
Height-wise.
no, and especially for having so many young players on the squad.
Just checking out. So that number six in front of us there is he's 16. Then number 9 is that philosophy, who is 30, 32.
Oh, looks like we're back on delay again. Let me jump us ahead.
Who's that number? 10 is Kazuyo. Kazuya Kubo is number 10. Who's number 80 there? Because he's getting himself involved. Oh,
Looks
okay.
Tall.
Yeah, Cherit
The man
Lee
is
Yu.
large.
He's 26.
Oof.
It looks like he's been with them for a while.
So you said this was kind of like an academy squad for another team.
Well,
what is that other club and what division are they in?
No, so they are basically an academy team all round. So there is no senior
gotcha.
club, if you like. They are
Sure.
the senior club for the academy.
Gotcha.
Like, for instance, I'm pretty sure that if he comes on the pitch number 18, I'm pretty sure he's a coach. And I'm pretty sure that there are... Where was that other guy that was like 40? I mean, you've literally got pictures on their team sheet, which is like school kid, your pictures at school.
Yeah.
So they've got a 15-year-old who's literally got his school picture.
I love it.
I'm just going through their team at the moment. In terms of top scorers of the league, they actually... Sorry, mate?
No, go ahead. This is exciting.
So for top scorers for the league, top scorer of the league at the moment is at JB Academy, Purirat Yodipuka. He's got 8 goals. Thana Badin Usaya Pinit, who's this guy at Primera, he's second place with 5 goals. Now, he's the only midfielder in the top 6, 7.
So definitely a threat for us to look out for.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. The striker there has got 3 goals. But then when you look at the top scorer list, if you were to take the top 10 top scorers in the league, 4 of them are from Futera.
That's what you like to see. That's what you like to see.
Well, I say that 3 of them are from Futera and 1 of them's a Judas.
Okay.
Tish and Hanley. Do you want to talk about Tish and Hanley?
Please do, because I'm not as well informed. I pop in and out of Discord. I'm not nearly as active as all of you, and I start seeing some interesting comments.
Oh, this is one of those ones where you go,
yeah, right.
It's definitely one of those ones. Tell me, right? So basically, two games ago, he got substituted quite early on in the game. It wasn't a decision that was made by us, but we don't call all the subs, if that makes sense. If Coach Den or Breach thinks that they see something that doesn't work or somebody isn't performing, they'll take them off. That's fair enough. We don't argue with that. He didn't go and sit on the bench. He went straight into the changing rooms and got changed and showered, which I noticed at the time, but didn't really think too much of. I just thought, he's sulking or whatever. He come back out. He was out there at the end of the match, and you see Mark having a go at him, basically telling him. Mark didn't realise this was caught on camera at the time, by the way. Basically telling him, pointing like this, like doing this, And what he was saying is, you're not any bigger than the team. This is the team. We have all our holders, and you're no matter who you think you are, you're not bigger than any of this. So drop your attitude and get on with the game.
Wow.
Now he obviously didn't take. He came into the Discord immediately after that and was apologetic. Was absolutely great. We had to chat with him for an hour or so. It was absolutely fine. And then he basically hasn't gone to training twice, I think it is, since then. And the last game, the coaches found out from other players that he'd actually gone for a trial at another club rather than turn up to our football match. Now, when he got on the phone, he wasn't forthcoming about what was happening. And it seems to me that he's been led by an agent.
Gotcha.
There is no team that I think he can really sign for at the moment. I don't know, I might be wrong, but he's going to have to really push up a few leagues to get to the teams that are in off season at the moment. And he's really, he had a scorcher of a game first one, and since then he's been crap. So to be quite honest, he can't. I don't see how he's going to get to a bigger, better team. I just don't see it. So this having happened, it just kind of soured everybody's relationship with him, and it looks like it's done and dusted with, because he's left the Discord and he's blocked a couple of people, this, that, and the other. Not me, but I haven't decided to target him for any friendly banter yet.
So, one, I guess, a few things for those of you that maybe not as familiar, just kind of my observations from this. If you get subbed off in this division, that's not necessarily the end of your playing time for the match. You can come back on. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, there are various weird little rules here and there, but in general, yes, that's it's rolling subs.
So him getting, pulled early isn't necessarily the end of the match for him. It's maybe, hey, let's reset, let's rebuild some things, let's get you back in. That can happen from time to time. And for him to storm off, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Big props to Mark for the conversation. I wish I could have seen that live. And then
if you go back, you can see it live.
We might have to pull
to
that
watch
out.
the very end of probably two games ago to stream, you can pick it up. It stinks when you've got the entire team sitting around in their Futera gear, dripping in sweat, listening to the coach, and then you've got Tishan Handley standing there in his full tracksuit with his hat. I don't know, his hat and his sunglasses. I'm just taking the pee now, but you know what I mean. It's like there's no need for him to take those actions. And
not a team player.
No, and I've got to be honest, I never actually got the level of confidence out of him that you would expect from an international striker.
Interesting.
Like, did you ever feel that he was like some super confident guy who would come in the room and you'd all be like, "Oh, look, it's Tishan"?
No, I wanted to. Maybe I built that up a little bit in my head, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
But I didn't. I don't know. I get more of that from Gale than I ever got from Tisha.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, I mean, now that you say it, you can kind of see it a little bit. But the thing that kind of bugs me too is it's not like he was rug pulled on what Futera would be, the league, the players, the setup. He knew all of that going forward. From everything that I read and saw, that like the expectations were set. And then for him to kind of, I'll pop in and then I'm going to go allegedly trial somewhere else. Like, that's kind of messed up.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when he's doing it during our game time. I mean, it was the test that he missed. So that's like, here's how dumb this is, right? So basically, we're playing what we call a test, which is like a utility that we set up where we play teams from a higher league to test our metal. So far, we've beaten them all, and we'd gone as far as I think 4 divisions up. So that was the team that he would have been playing against. Are you telling me that he was getting trials 4 divisions up? And would a trial live during a game that's being broadcast to the world, would that not be a better option than going to, with your agent to some whatever club to go run around the pitch?
100%. This
doesn't make sense, does it, mate?
No, and you bring up a really good point there. Like, that's another beautiful aspect of Futera and of the test is it's going to get exposure for some of these other players. Maybe they get picked up. Maybe they get scouted. Like, this should fit perfectly with what Tishan wants to try and do with his career.
Yeah. He wants to play regularly so that he can get back into the St. Kitts national team.
So if he comes back and says, "Hey, you know what? I fucked up. Will you have me back? Would you allow him back in?" If that was a vote, would you vote yes or no?
This is an interesting thing that I think needs to be brought up at some point. The commentators in the last game and in the Discord were calling him sulky, St. Kitts, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Nobody was swearing at him, but they were belittling him. If he saw that, why would he ever come back?
I wouldn't.
There is an issue there that we have to be a bit more media savvy and realize that he can watch the same stuff, read the same stuff, etc., etc. So there's no chance of him coming back now, because why would you deal with the commentators calling you the St. Kitts sulker? You just wouldn't. You wouldn't have it. If it was me personally, I might even want to fight him. Be like, "What, you're calling me that? Yeah, and you're meant to be my commentator." So it's too much friction. I can never see that coming back together. Do you know what I mean? Too much distance.
Absolutely.
There. Now, this was something. What the question that you brought up though is quite an important one, because ultimately we have to be sensible. We have to be realistic. If you've got somebody that's a mercurial talent, you have to let them play. And if they play for one season and do well for you, and then you have to get rid of them because they're a problem, then that's not necessarily the biggest sort of there's no tears over that one. They did well for you for a season. They're a bit of a dick. Off they go. So I'm not against re-signing Tishan as long as he does the job. But to be honest, I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's been good enough for us to take all this from him. That's the problem. It's not like he's... I thought after the first game, wow. Second, third game, it's like, okay, but if you're that good, like, I'm pretty sure that Premier League defenders, centre backs, could play as centre forwards in this league and score a lot of goals.
Sure.
It's about how good you are at football overall, sort of thing. So I just don't see Tishan as actually being that good a player. I think in the intermediate years that he's been out of the game, he's lost it.
Lauren's saying he's a poor impersonation of Emil Heskey. Oh.
That is what we were saying. We were saying he was an Emil Heskey.
I feel that.
And the thing is, Emil Heskey, he was very much like, he's a donkey and then he scores a hat-trick. He's a donkey again and he scores a hat-trick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He can't score against Malta. He scores a hat-trick against Germany. You don't know what you're going to get week on week.
Oh, man.
So it's an interesting and important point, though, isn't it? Gael Bassana just scored. Oh, Gael Bassana. Oh, Gael Bassana.
Let's go. Looks like we should have that live here in a minute. We are delayed.
4 minutes. Sorry, people. I've got multiple screens and streams going here. I didn't realize it was that far behind. I'm too busy talking.
Yeah, no worries. We'll get that live here in a minute. Oh, Rorka had him for first goal scored.
Yeah, I saw that. I think I went with Poe.
I think I did as well.
Well, Gail's got one. He said he was going to get two.
Love to see it. You love to see it.
I do. So you got any thoughts of going out to Thailand at any point?
Geez, that's a funny you asked that. Nothing in the immediate future. I was talking to another holder, who I'm pretty close with,
Yeah.
and yeah, we were talking about doing it. Um, it's very early planning stages. Might not even be till like a next season kind of a thing. But he's been to Thailand before. He loves it. So we will see what's going on. What about you? Because I know what Lawrence is going out there. Take your time, no worries.
Didn't want to chew on Mike.
Oh, you're
Yes,
good.
Lawrence is hoping to go October time. He's going to be, yeah. Lawrence just said, GB said he's going to do a Rabona as well. I got him to say that yesterday. He said he's probably going to fall over too, but there we go. He said that's why he doesn't do Rabonas in case he injures himself. So we were looking at October. It's very, very difficult for us, the team, to get any dates out of the league for matches. We don't even know if, well, we do know that we're going to be playing sometime around then, but we don't know when the matches are. We don't know how many they're going to be. We can't really book anything around what the league are telling us. So we kind of got to go for it ourselves. So me and Lawrence were talking about this before. Lawrence has decided that the best time for him is going to be school holidays, October-ish. He's trying to get some dates out of Mark. And if there is no league dates given to us, we're just going to go ahead anyway. Now, saying that, obviously, money is the big problem here. With the current state of the world, prices of flights are going up and up and up. So at the moment, I'm thinking about doing it on a last-minute basis.
Sure.
We've got the goal there. We've gone too far.
Yeah, let's backtrack. Let's pull that up.
But the team will help us out with hotels and various other things. So don't think that if you were to go out there, you're basically all on your own. You contact us, you contact the team, the mods and the OGs. There are plenty of people already out in Thailand. The team would love to meet you guys. You can go to matches and sit basically on the bench with the team. So don't be afraid. If you're not one of the core group here of us that's talking, don't think that you're not welcome. You're just as welcome as anybody else.
Love that. Absolutely love that.
You know, as I say, we do have contacts in Thailand that will help us set you up with a hotel, that will help with, you know, where you got to go, who you got to see, all this kind of stuff.
Love that. Let's see if we can pull it up, because it skips over the video of the goal. Let's see if we can pull that up separately here. That's super exciting, though. I'm very generous of the team.
Yeah, it's one of those where if I had ultimate money, unlimited money, I should say, I would be a regular visitor. We nearly put their defender. I know you're not really watching it at the moment because we're trying to find the goal, but their defender just nearly put the ball in the back of their own net.
Ooh.
They've got a much bigger team than I thought they'd have, you know.
So watch this with me here. It's gonna pop up in a minute and say goal, but it doesn't show anything. Is this?
Keep going.
Okay.
It's going to be around 26, 27 minutes.
Got it.
I think so. It's like 26. What time are you
Come
up
on. We're at right now 26:44. Hey, the clock's working correctly this time. It's not like 1:37.
118 minutes and 37 seconds. Yeah.
Right.
All right. He scores at 25:42.
All right. So we just hit 27 and we didn't see it. 25:42. 25:27. It's like the video. It's like a horrible magic trick.
Yeah, I know.
I've got a 25:34.
Okay, so it freezes at 25:38, and that is when the goal is.
Oh no! No wonder we couldn't.
I can tell you what happened. Basically, he's on the right-hand side of the box, and he drives a hard low shot into the bottom left-hand corner of the goal. So it's passed to him from the right wing. It's on the floor, right wing to him, and he just basically hits it as hard as he can. And yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Right, let's see if we can get back live. There we go. Well, bummed that I couldn't actually see the goal, but great for Gale.
We should let everybody know that obviously this isn't our pitch and they are not set up for it. They are having massive problems with water. Apparently there are a couple of...
Oh, sir!
That's a pen.
Come on! Pen.
It's got to be a pen.
24. That was a wonderful
That's got to be a pen.
Sir. What? I need to see a replay of that. We're gonna rewind that a little bit because that run up was brilliant. Get him. Gale.
I think this is a difference with having Eek on the left hand side.
Yeah, we're gonna try and replay this. Yeah, who's 24?
On our side.
Yes.
'24's Eek, yeah.
Eek. Yeah, well, watch this little run.
That. So he's just so good coming forward. Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that. And then the
pass
and right back to him.
Then it keeps going.
Ah!
I'm sorry, but that's beautiful. A pen. That is a pen.
It has to be. That was beautiful. Eek.
This is the thing, right? So Nu has a really good foot and he's really good at moving up around the halfway line. But Eek has this, he's like Ashley Cole. That's what he reminds me of. He's constantly moving up the pitch and then moving back down the pitch and then moving back up the pitch. He doesn't stop.
Oh man. Adam is screaming for the ref in Discord. That was beautiful. I love Tim's.
I'm sure Tim's screaming on commentary too.
Yeah, let's see if we can. Come on, stream. Come on, stream.
So, did you see that Liverpool are now in Bangkok?
I did. I saw that video. That was wild. Is that the next test competition?
I wish, mate. I wish. Even though we'd get absolutely mullered, I still, it'd just be one of them things. Don't forget, Coach Sten has actually played against Liverpool.
That's right.
For the Thai national team. He was a Thai international, full-time international, and he was marking Michael Owen.
That's wild. That is wild.
He is a Liverpool supporter as well.
Oh, what a dream. Can you imagine?
Your stream's not being very friendly to you today, is it, mate?
It's not at all.
I mean, it's not being friendly to anybody, if I'm honest, but...
Yeah. Might leave it boxed. I might just do this for now. It seems to be, I don't know, a little better.
Yeah, crack on.
There we go. Come on. Lawrence asks, who takes the penalty when John's out?
Probably Joe. Who is it taking their free kicks? I think it's probably going to be Joe, who's captain as well, isn't he?
Yeah. He is. What's do you have a score prediction for today?
Score prediction. We didn't do the score predictions before, did we? I would have said beforehand it'd probably be like 4-1. to us.
I got scared by the weather and woo.
Yep, that was my reaction as well. I think they're getting quite frustrated, and I think that the ref was just saying to Jew then, like, okay, mate, because that's obviously our captain. I think he's coming over and saying, like, you know, you don't need to sort your stuff out.
Few issues with the connection of the stream. Normally not this laggy.
You will find that some teams get quite frustrated. I mean, let's not forget the Bangkok FC who we played last. They had the player who elbowed the guy fight on the pitch, and he elbowed him straight in the face and took him out. I think he ended up having to go to hospital and have like 10, 20 stitches.
Wow.
I mean, it was assault. It was proper assault. He just walks over, and obviously the tie gives him a proper Thai elbow. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen Thai kickboxing.
Yes,
But,
I have.
like, you know, it's Thai elbows. He just walks over, and just goes bang. It's like, okay. So that he played for Bangkok FC. We played last game.
Was that the test?
Yeah, that's a test. We beat them 4-1, 4-2. 4-2, isn't it?
And for those who might be watching and not familiar with the test, what division were Bangkok in? They were in what?
They were in T3.
Tier?
They were in T3, which is a professional league 4 divisions above us. So we're BPL3 and they're T3. So we'd go BPL3, BPL2, BPL1, and then we're T3, T2, T1.
So they were T3.
Yes, I believe so.
That's wild.
As I say, we beat them 4-2, and Gale knows one of their coaches and a couple of their players. And the coach at the end of the game, Mo, he was absolutely screwing. Because, I mean, it's an embarrassment. If you think about it, right? It's like, let's not say a Premier League team. Let's say a Championship side team, which is the league below the Premier League in the UK. It's like them getting beat by a non-league team.
That's wild. Yeah, that's like I feel like a high school team beating a Alabama in football.
Yeah, exactly. It's a, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a good high school team, but it just shows, I think, that the players that are playing for that hypothetical high school team are going to be scouted, are going to be wanted by other teams, and ultimately a majority of them should make it further. Oh, don't fall over there, Eek. Pitch is very wet, so that's why they're slipping over.
And that's exciting. I love the test. I love the idea of the test. And yeah, it is like, if we beat them, it's an embarrassment for sure. We didn't even exist a few months ago.
I'm not even sure I would agree to play us.
I would not.
Because the other thing is we're requesting that these teams don't play their under-18s and don't play the reserves. We don't expect them to play their full first team, but we don't. There's no point in us playing them if they're just going to bring out their under-18s.
Yeah. Eek's getting me excited over here.
I think that Eek is our best left back, and I think that Lawrence and others would agree with me on that one. Right. And he is much more of a traditional left back, isn't he? He actually does the job of getting up and down. He's quite good at passing. He could play as winger if needed. I think I've said before that I compared him to Gareth Bale in the way that Gareth Bale started as a left back and he ends up moving further and further and further forward. I could easily see Eek being left wing forward in the future.
Be fun. Come on, stream. Come on, stream. What are we doing time-wise? We're 37, 38 minutes in. Oh. Come on. I'll give it a little refresh again. See if we can get live. How beautiful is that? We got sub injury. Something's going on here.
Yeah, there's some nice pictures in some nice places. Do you remember that? I can't remember which club it was now, but where they had the building in the background. That was
Oh
all,
my
like,
god!
blocky.
I still think about that, man. I still think about that. That was
Fantastic
beautiful.
architecture.
Oh,
I mean, whoever designed that, I hope they got an award for it, because you see some of these buildings and they get awards. I mean, that, as you say, it sticks in your mind.
I think during halftime we looked up that building. I don't know if you were with me
Yeah.
or not, but like looked up.
I
You
watched
could
it.
like the apartments or the condos in there for millions of dollars. The shopping, the restaurants. That's a dream. That place is a dream. Mosaic tiling. Whew. Ugh.
It's a lot more affluent out there than we think of it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
There's obviously very poor parts in this, that, and the other, but I mean, initially when we were putting the team together, Rorka said that was the first game we watched.
Yeah, Rourke, is that what got you into it? Was that first stream?
It's all you, MJ. It's all you.
Oh gosh, no. Rourke is an OG though. We go way back. Love Rourke. Beer number 2 is open. Blue. Things are getting wild over here.
It's all right.
4:45 in the morning.
Yeah, you're not going back to bed, mate. You're going out to the pub. When's the pub open? 9, 10?
I wish 10, unfortunately. If Premier League was on though, I could pop right over. Those are the days. Wake up at 6 in the morning, watch Premier League, watch like 2-3 matches, then go into like baseball, football, and like next thing I know, it's 6 p.m. and I'm still at the pub and just been watching sports all day. That is my dream day. That is my dream day.
I used to work in a sports pub / bar, but it was one of the roughest pubs in London, and literally we needed bouncers for like a Tuesday night.
Oh my
Just
god!
nothing going on. Some of you out there that have got Google, it was one of Lee Murray's pubs, and they committed the largest cash robbery in world history.
What?
So it was a proper gangsters pub, and it was got nasty in there, but it was like sports from morning to evening, and you'd have like your old men who would like the cricket lot who'd sit in the corner, and then you'd have all like your young lot that'd come in and get boozed up and fight and all that. Then you'd have like your 30, 40-year-old lot that come in to watch their team in late afternoon. It was really interesting to watch. Like social commentary, social issues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Come on. No, stream! Why are you pausing? Stream!
That's Bank.
No!
Bank shooting on goal.
Come on!
I've got to go and
I'm
check.
afraid to refresh. I don't want to skip it.
He didn't score. He didn't score.
Oh, that breaks my heart.
The worst thing was I switched over to the other stream to check, and I saw them putting the ball into the back of our net. Fortunately, it was offside.
Oh, Lawrence Rourke, any interest? You can come up on halftime. We can have a little chat. You're more than welcome to come up. Anyone else in chat as well? We've got a handful of people watching right now.
Lawrence just wants to talk about beer.
I'm going to talk about beer. I am drinking right now. I don't know if you've heard of this one. I firmly believe that on the whole, it's gotten better, but America has absolute shit beer. And but this one I love. This is Yingling from America's oldest brewery.
Okay.
1980. Just kidding. 1829. My Saturdays at uni, free up soccer AM, soccer Saturday, 5 p.m. kickoff, night out. Ooh, Rourke.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful day. beautiful day.
But like you say, it's uni days, isn't it? It's when you can still handle it. When you can still handle it, that one.
Lawrence, if I have beer 3, I might pass out.
Mate, you're way back.
What? I just hit refresh. Oh my gosh, so far back. Thank you. Let's hit live. 0-0 all of a sudden went back in time.
I just looked at it and I was like, hold on, what's going on? We haven't scored.
What a lightweight. All right, Lawrence, game on. Don't test me. Clearly you haven't seen my MJ giveaway streams, Lawrence. Clothes
but
come off.
Got a problem.
6 shots of tequila. Thing I like about buying American pubs bars, they are ice cold. They are. When I went to England for the first time, I was blown away because they had Guinness, and then they had Guinness extra cold. And I was like, what is this? And apparently the rumor is that it's just made for tourists and Americans.
Pretty much.
I don't mind warm beer. Both of these are warm.
I think it's more, it's not that it's warm. It's that we don't really care here. You get what you're given. Do you know what I mean? As I say, like, as a barman at this pub, I used to tell people to F off on a regular basis. Like, you get your beer and you know, go and drink it. Stop bothering me.
Yeah.
It is a bit more like that here. It's just like you get what you're given and we just kind of take it.
I like it. Oh.
Jesus.
That would have been 2.
It would have been, yeah.
Halftime. If anyone wants to come up, chat, let me know. I will throw the invite link. I'll throw it in the manager's office. Feel safe.
So Lawrence has said he's 6 shots of tequila as his breakfast. Now, tequila's what I mean. I kind of stopped drinking. Say I was a barman for a few years. I was a cocktail barman, so I used to get lashed every single night. And in the end, you just kind of sort of like, I'm on painkillers and that now, so I don't drink too much anyway. But it just, you know, you sort of think, what's the point? So you know, I blaze, so I just smoke, and then it's only special occasions that I have a drink.
There you go. I like it. I like it.
But you know, tequila's like water.
I couldn't drink tequila for the longest time. It did. It affected me in the worst way. One shot. I'm not going to say it on stream, but I had a bad streak for a while with tequila and getting sick afterwards. Yeah. We'll end it there. But I've recently gotten into it more, like decent tequila. Found out because I was drinking, you know, the rail tequila that you're just going to kill 1 million brain cells for having anyways. But decent tequila, I love.
The thing that I like about tequila and about vodka, to be honest, is they're quite clean. It's like if you get a decent vodka, you really can notice it. Yeah. A friend of mine, she used to work in Russia. She used to bring us back bottles of vodka, and like you put it in the freezer, obviously, because it doesn't freeze, and it's just so different. Or locally here in Hereford, we've got a potato vodka because it's like quite heavy potato area for like crisps and stuff like that, like we were talking about before. Yeah, chips. So they do potato vodka locally. It's like £40 a bottle or something, ridiculously expensive, but it's really nice.
Wow.
Mezcal. Yeah, so what's the difference between mezcal and tequila? I know it's a plant, isn't it? It's a plant difference or something like
that. I think it's the way that it's made. The plant might be the same. All I know is I think mezcal is more smoky.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I like the añejo tequila because that's almost like whiskey to me.
All right. Yeah, I've never really been a beer drinker. I've always been spirits.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I've always sort of Jack Daniels mainly, and then various others.
Jack, that's got to be expensive over there, man.
No more than anything else, if I'm honest.
Oh, all right. I like it.
And I was working behind the bar. I remember one time they came and it was like, we're like 3/4 of a bottle of Jack Daniels down. It's like, I don't know, mate. Don't know anything about that. The thing is, obviously, you have your drink on the side as a barman, not meant to have any alcohol in it. And I had to stop having Cokes because they'd come and check that there wasn't any Jack Daniels in it. That's how much Jack Daniels I used to drink. So I started having oranges and they didn't check it. So I used to just put vodka in it instead.
Oh, wow. Legend. I've got a little big, Manchester Man City fan. I've actually got a Boddington's tapper in my apartment.
Oh, right.
Yeah, just the tap. Unfortunately, nothing attached to it. But
yeah,
big fan of Boddingtons.
Isn't that like one of these smooth? I can't remember what they call it now. It's like a lesser Guinness, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a cream ale, but it's got the same
cream ale. That's it.
The same like carbonation. It's I think nitrogen. It's got the widget inside and all that.
Yeah. I think quite popular one over here is like John Smith's.
Okay, sure. I know the name.
But it's kind of like a proper old man thing. Or a pint of John Smith's, please.
Love it. Mark said in Discord, tough half, massively on top, but we need another goal. Finishing has been all over the shop. I think Tuitt has played really well in an alien position to him. Now I've just got to turn possession into goals in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it's been quite scrappy in midfield from what we've seen of it. They've got that big guy, number 80, who's basically playing, what's he playing, right wing?
Yeah, that feels right, which is somewhere down the right.
But they don't seem to be able to get much penetration, so good and bad. I think it's difficult because obviously we've got the stream bucking in and out, but I think we got them for toast on the wings. Oh, that's where it went. I lost a Rizzler. We got them for toast on the wings, so we shouldn't have too much problems. That's the video of Liverpool.
Yeah, how wild is that? Let's.
What's kind of wild about it is the fact that there's no real security or railings or nothing holding anybody back.
Yeah, I mean, people are respecting that, which is kind of cool.
Lawrence is making a point about the setup and that we need to find other ways of getting internet. And this is going to be all the time we're at these lower leagues clubs, these lower league club grounds. This is going to be a bit of a problem. I don't know if you remember last time we were borrowing internet and electricity off a cafe. Off a corner shop. So, I mean, how do we do it though? Do we get a Starlink? How do you do it yourself? What would you say, MJ?
Yeah, I mean, I would say hotspot, or ring up Elon and see what he can hook up for a remote connection or something.
I don't have to. I'm just going to check if you can get Starlink there.
That's actually a really good idea. I like that.
Obviously, doing big things in Ukraine, aren't they?
Yes, huge. We'll be taking the beautiful greenery. What are your overall thoughts on the first half?
I think that we've done very well. I do think that it's a bit scrappy, which is kind of to be expected on a pitch like this against a team like this. Because they're very young. They're not going to be like really that good tactically. If you've got natural talent, what you need to learn is like the tactics, like where you should be on the pitch and all that kind of stuff. So, the one thing that keeps getting mentioned is how well we play against teams that are well disciplined. And I think it's because if I'm playing against you and you're all over the place, how do I mark you? But if you're definitely my centre forward, then I know, and you're sitting in a centre forward position, then I can just sit on you and mark you. So that sort of level of tactical understanding can actually be of benefit to us, as where if they don't know what position they're playing, then it's going to be very difficult for us to mark them.
We've got Blue. We got a very special guest about to come join the stream right now. Big shout out, welcome to Adam.
Hello, boys.
How you doing?
How are you, lads? We okay?
Good.
Put the smoke away. Don't want to get in trouble. Sorry, boss.
You do what you want, lads. You do what you want. I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. I just thought I'd swing by very quickly just to say keep up the good work, MJ. I know it's like the middle of the night for you there, isn't it, mate?
Just cracked down past 5:01 a.m. Oh, sorry, Blue. Cut you off there.
So, mate, I'll move.
That's dedication, man. So much dedication. I love it. This has been a really kind of a tough one, hasn't it? Insofar as they're putting men behind the ball, really tough to break down. The stream isn't great to watch today, and I've been making that point in case we've got any newbies in that think that this is what it's like all of the time. You guys were just talking about us finding solutions to this. I think in the future, as we go up divisions, you would hope that the facilities become a little bit better and it's easier to execute. The technology is improving all the time. But yeah, I'm sure the guys that do the production are trying to think of ways around this. It is tricky, honestly, when you go to these places. And
it's a field. It's just
exactly,
a field with some chairs around
exactly. So yeah, what I didn't want is that people that may be new to Futera United coming in and thinking this is kind of like the gig every week. It's not, is it? I think on the whole, we do quite well on this front. So, but yeah, I just thought
when we're at home,
by lads.
When we're at home, it's fine. And as you say, if we're moving up to places where who is it at the 25,000 seat stadium, whether it's Dome or whoever it is,
If we're
at stadiums, then of course they've got internet, of course they've got electricity. I think it's a good point to bring up. I don't think there's really much that we can do about it.
No.
It's the way.
But anyway, yeah, I can't see us, famous last words, but I can't see us losing this game. I'd just like us to notch a couple more.
What's the final, Adam? What's the final score?
Well, we're a bit of a patched up side anyway. I just said that on the Discord. So who knows? I can't see us scoring many more than 2 goals in this half. So I'll go for 3-0 Futera United.
All right. And who's your goal scorer?
So we've had a couple of changes then, haven't we? Who's currently playing now? So I fancy. So Gale's still on. I fancy him to get another one, and then bank. There you go.
How about Eke at left back?
Eke's done well. He's done really well
into the box.
Blue, I've got to pick you up on something though.
Go on, pick me up.
You said that he was a traditional left back, and then you said, "See, my idea of a traditional left back. This is where I'm showing my age a little bit. I thought we were the same age. My idea of a traditional fullback is one like Gary Neville would be a traditional fullback, let's say. I know he's not a left back, but so I'd say he's more of a modern fullback insofar as he kind of, he's a bit more of an attacking style.
I think you're 100% correct. Yeah, exactly. I'm calling a wing back a fullback. Yes, a wing back can still play at fullback position, but you're 100% correct. A wing back breaks into the other half. At fullback doesn't really. He'll do early crosses, but he's not going to get up there in the box. You're right.
Yeah. So
that's the only time I'll ever let you be right, okay?
Do you know what? It was more semantics, mate. It was more semantics. I was like, wait a minute. In my head, am I getting too old now? Because a traditional fullback would be someone that doesn't. That's a modern fullback to me. But
always, I see you.
Which is what they all are now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all right. I'm getting grief from the stream because I'm on this side and I'm on this side and I'm on this side, so I'm in the wrong place. So I'm constantly like this.
Well, boys, I just want to say again, really appreciate the support, the enthusiasm. Obviously, MJ, you getting up at silly o'clock is amazing, mate. Thank you. I'm going to run now because I need to keep an eye on the socials and whatever, and probably speak to Market Pitch Side. So I'll speak to you boys shortly. If I'm around still at the end of the game, if I can, I might jump on if you're still going. But yeah, keep up the good work, lads.
Appreciate it so much, Adam. Thank you.
No worries.
Thanks for coming on, mate.
Thank you, lads. Bye bye.
Yep. Speak to you soon, buddy.
All right, we're back. Second half. How's that for timing?
Thank you, Damo. That's about a quarter of the collection. Just a bit of colour up there. Not anymore because I'm 37, but when I was 17, I used to. You should see some of my old Rude Boy outfits. I mean, I don't know where Shin is. He obviously didn't make it, but he said he'd pay me $2 if I come on in my beekeeper outfit.
He should. Where is Shin? I mean, I guess I don't blame him. It's early. It is early.
But it's difficult. It's the time for you at the moment is almost like you can fall asleep at any moment. It's one of those where you're staying up for the UFC over here, and it starts at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, oh, Jesus Christ! And then by the time it gets to 3 o'clock in the morning, you're nodding off, you know.
Yeah.
That was an interesting.
That's got to be tough.
Kick out. We got them pinned back, you know. Having trouble even getting out their defence there. Yeah, you know it, Damo. It's mainly because I used to do a lot of raving. I used to be a promoter and used to go. So you kind of got stuff that stands out, if you know what I mean.
Raver to beekeeper. We love to see it.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of it's American influence. Like, I mean, you know.
Oh, love that. Oh, that's beautiful.
This is literally
beautiful.
20 years old. But
oh my God, you could make a lot of money selling that thing.
But the thing is with these, they're so well made. I mean, I don't wear it out anymore. It's like, you know, comfy homeware, but it's like 75 quid when it's new. But you know, they're made to last.
Whew.
Is it
That's
Unk
beautiful.
That makes them? Yeah, UNK Unk. I got a few of those in the end.
That's nice.
Not popular enough to be wearing colourful hats. No, in the UK it was more. I had to get to an age where there was a point when we were growing up. I don't know whether this is a bit before Lawrence, but essentially hats were what you were getting mugged on, what you were getting robbed on. Yeah. So if you were wearing the wrong hat in the wrong area, there was a point where everybody was wearing something called a night climber fit. It's all right. I'm getting brought my halftime cup of tea. Thank you, Mum.
Love it.
It's all right. I ordered it. It got brought. That's what I call service.
Brilliant.
So anyway, the climber fits were a bit dangerous to wear, and it wasn't until I was like 18 and didn't really care anymore that I started actually getting all these hats and that.
What kind of tea are you drinking, Blue?
Just standard at the moment. I don't get to Earl Grey's until we get to 6 o'clock.
Stream seems to be holding up a little better right now.
It's settling a bit now, isn't it?
Come on.
It probably is that flexi fit hat, you know, Damo. It was so they were really thin canvas, and you had different versions of it where one was a soft peak and one was a hard peak. In America, they were used as running caps. You used to see that as a lot, like old ladies with wearing them. It used to make us laugh. So it would be like what we'd call a fin stripe, where if you were wearing a fin stripe, you were basically like you were top boy. If you were wearing a red fin stripe, you were top boy. Like so. If you saw somebody else wearing that, two people, they would fight. It was like that kind of thing. It was so weird. It was so weird.
That's wild.
But yeah, it sounds like those flexi fit hats, mate. Because they were elastic on the back. That's why I haven't got mine anymore, because the elastic just like disintegrated.
Did you see just a few seconds ago how wet the pitch was?
Yes.
down
Yeah,
by
it
the
is.
end. Like, that was wild.
Yeah, the ball's just going to stick there. I mean, this is of advantage to them. They've got tall players like that, number 80. They should be hitting long balls more. I mean, look at the size of number 3 there.
Yeah. Looks like a linebacker.
I'm going to have to find out who that is now. Who's number 3? Number 3 is not in there. Where's number 3?
The ringer.
He's not actually on the official Bangkok Premier League website. They go 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2 and 3 are non-existent. So I'm afraid I can't tell you who that is.
Do you need to have the ref investigate? Illegal player on the pitch.
He's fucking massive. Look at the size of him.
Yeah.
I'm in the UK, mate. This is Thailand over there. Sorry, I talked to Damo in the chat there.
Yeah. No. You all for it. Keep going.
Yeah,
look at 80 right there. He's so big.
Yep. It's called Junior.
Yeah, right. Right. How good is that? How good?
His name's Chern Tawan Liu. So he's probably not originally from Thailand. Like his family's probably Korean.
Looks like he's got an awesome mustache as well. What a legend.
Weird mix of men and boys, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Close to the camera, says Lawrence.
I don't know. You guys might not get that. I think that's a reference from Father. Was it Father Ted? Go on.
Yes. What?
He's screaming.
No!
He's offside. He's screaming. He was offside. Gale, come on.
Oh,
Gale,
that's
come on,
heartbreaking.
Gale, what are you doing to us, Gale?
That was heartbreaking.
It's one of those ones.
Oh. Stream's holding up real nicely this half.
Yeah, it's doing well now. Right, that's the coffee from 9:30 finished this morning.
What time is it over there for you right now?
11:15.
Okay.
Oh, save. Good save from film there.
I think film is really underrated. Doesn't get enough props. Maybe that's just me.
I don't think he gets
Film's
enough
been
props,
solid.
but he is rated. Like, we do rate him.
Yeah.
The other, number 2, he's really good with his feet. Really, really good with his feet. But he has made a couple of howlers. He's one of those, you get a long shot on him and he might just go straight through his arms.
Yeah.
So our number 2 is kind of like, I like him, but I don't trust him.
Sure.
You often find that with goalkeepers. So, I mean, look at Arsenal and what they went through for years and years and years with goalkeepers.
Yeah.
And they go to another team, like going to Juventus or something, and then being their keeper for God knows how long. Nice inside ball there. Come on, hit it. Get out of the way, ref.
I like it though. I like it.
That was a nice little crossfield ball there. That was probably Eek again, coming from left back. The goalkeeper's a stocky little fellow, isn't he?
Yeah.
got to go for the bottom corners. He can't reach them. I do wonder whether our players, our strikers, actually think in terms of that sometimes, whether they break down who the goalkeeper is, much like a goalkeeper would think about you taking a penalty and where you're going to kick it.
Sure.
Jude, there, our captain, number 10. Little game of tennis over there.
Oh, look how wet
You see the water? Yeah.
Yeah.
That corner again.
Let's go. Let's go. Corner taken quickly.
Well, it looks like we're not even trying to kick it in there because they have a huge team.
Yeah.
They've got the biggest team I've seen so far in the league.
Yeah, the ball just dies.
Yep. That was a decent kick out, you know. We've got to be careful with that, though. We had some problems in the last game where we were leaving sort of 1 or 2 at the back. Really need it's Panganique, you know, when they're pushing up, which we want them to do. It's difficult, you know. You want them to do 2 things at once. You want them to push up and you want them to defend.
Yeah. He just got bodied, it looked like.
Yeah, it was well played by the defender there.
Yeah. He looks big too.
They're not going to wait until people are out the box. You can't just take a goal kick like that. You've got to wait till people move out the box. It does frustrate me, some of the little sort of like rule breaking that goes on.
Yeah.
Foul throws, free kicks of moving balls, all this kind of stuff.
Right?
And like, I don't mind if we get called in it too.
What was that?
I don't mind if we get called in it too. You know, you want it to be fair on both sides because the majority of the time I've got to say it's the other team.
Yeah.
Oh, bit of haymaking in the back there. Can you see the tractor?
No. The glare's too much. Oh, I think that made it worse.
You can't see it. You can't see it. I'll have to mute. One second. Lemon tractors, mate. Lemon tractors.
Lemon?
Lemon? What's lemon?
Is that what you said?
No, the tractors out there making hay.
Gotcha.
I was a bit worried about the noise.
Oh, all good.
So I was trying to show you what it was. I was trying to spin you around to see if you can see and hear anything. There's
Gotcha.
tractors out there making hay.
No. The glare was too bad.
Yep. So I'm getting the feeling with this that we've got to start pushing down the channels a bit more. It's wet though, that's the problem. If it's wet in the channels and you're trying to push down that area, I don't know, what's the quick answers here, MJ?
I don't know. I think we're definitely
not that
more control than we were in the first half.
They seem better defensively.
Yeah.
At the moment than what they were before.
I know. I'm pretty happy with things right now. Again, I just, like they said in Discord, like to find the back of the net 1 or 2 more times.
Okay, nice.
Come on.
He's offside.
Whew.
Old Philosophy, there is his name.
Is that their big goal scorer? No, that wasn't.
He's scored 3 goals. He's their second goal scorer. He's one of the older people in their team.
That's what it was.
So he's 30, 32, something like that. And a lot of the team are like 15. But this is what I thought he'd probably...
Film.
Lovely. His job, in my
Great
opinion,
timing,
is to hold up the ball and then have their on-rushing midfielders come and score.
Oh,
But their big threat is number 5, I think. No, number 11. Number 11.
I haven't seen too much from 11 this game, though.
I can't say I have either. They got an injury by the looks of it. Let's have a little team check here.
Ooh.
So we still got new on the pitch, number 17. So that's centre back there. Can play left back. Commentators have nicknamed him the Wand because he's got a really good left foot. Can take a free kick too.
Nice.
I hadn't been that positive on him, to be honest, in previous matches, but last match he played really, really well because sometimes he doesn't track back properly. But he was tracking back and making recovery tackles against, like, I think he was double teamed at points. So I was really, really impressed with him in the last game.
Nice. You like to see that. Oh, no.
Yeah, getting scrappy there, aren't we?
Yeah, a little sloppy. A little sloppy.
Number 6, there's Owen. So we've brought Owen on at centre back, and he's known to be slow.
Come on.
So that could be a problem.
Now, why? Any idea why Owen would have been brought on? Just normal sub, or?
I think there is a fitness issue with. Let me just check. I think Method Man number 20 is coming back from injury, so we're having to use Nu, who would usually be a left back, at centre back, and we're having to switch to defensive midfielder because we don't have Fafana today. So really kind of that was a lovely tackle there.
Yeah.
We've got a makeshift defence. John is out for personal reasons.
Nice.
You know,
look at that.
Come on, Jew. Don't be offside again.
Good?
We're good? We're good. We're good.
It's in. We're good. Go.
We're good. Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Good.
Woo. I was just waiting for that offsides.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. That's lovely.
Yeah.
That's lovely. From our front three there, you could see Gale's pulling people out of position. And our goal scorer was Waranyu Sam Ran Thong. Wasn't he Cisco? Didn't we name him Cisco?
I thought we did. Yeah, because Thong, right?
I'm going to have to double check on this one.
Art with the goal.
Oh, it's Art. Okay, so right, that'll be why. So I'm checking. When I do this, I check back to the Bangkok League website, and sometimes it will give you their nickname, and sometimes it just gives you their full Thai name.
Gotcha.
But I can tell you he weighs 55 kilos. It's 165 centimeters tall, and he's 18 years of age.
Nice. Uh-oh. Feeling a little more comfortable now. Nice.
Can you see that gap there between our sort of defence and midfield? That's why they're winning a lot of the second balls. That's a place that John Fofana would usually occupy. It's like last game we played Save there. Saves 18, I think he is, 17, 18. Real prospect. Decent passer, but he's very aggressive and he just needs to learn his tackling trade at the moment. But I would say probably a better centre midfielder. Still defensive, but a centre midfielder. As where Fofana is really a centre back who we've pushed forward into defensive midfield. So it's just about positioning and sort of like, you know, Fofana's going to move from centre back forward, as where Save's going to move from centre mid backwards. And you've got to think, if you're defending or attacking, which way are they moving? How are they moving? Gets a bit convoluted, I'm not going to lie, but it's kind of like the intricacies of it.
It makes a difference. It makes a big difference. Or can
if we're doing votes, if you're voting for somebody to play in a certain position, you've got to think about what's their natural playing style.
That's a really good point.
Nice. Lovely. Go on, that's yours. That's yours.
Oh, wow.
Come on.
Whoa, let's go.
Come on.
Let's go.
Come on.
Just go near post. Is that Gale? Gale, that's 2.
GB got his 2.
Oh,
GB got his 2.
Look at the celly.
Come on, Basana. Come on. Come on, Basana. GB got his 2.
Let's go. You love to see it. I thought he was going to go near post there for a second. Gale just popped it up over him.
Yeah, he's just got to do his Rabona now. He needed that one after the offside and the miss. That's the thing, though. If Gale was more clinical, he could get, you know, probably 2 goals on average per game. Some of the previous games, his finishing's been atrocious. And you know I love GB. I'm just being realistic. Do you know that their number 22 is worrying me a bit?
Why is that?
He's just there all the time, lurking. He's a lurker.
Very tall, but he doesn't seem to... Like, if we can get him off the ball a bit, he doesn't seem to really track back or really care after the fact.
Yeah, it's odd. I mean, some of their numbers don't match up. 22 is meant to be a defender.
Interesting.
Supachai Futaicharon, 19-year-old. There's a sort of like, we could just be playing these all offside here if we was to be smarter.
Yeah.
They've pushed 3 people really high up the pitch, haven't they? Look at the gym in the background there. Trying to work out what that is. That's a gym back there with the weird ovals. I love it. He just fights for the ball all the time, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So Eke and Art are brothers, aren't they?
I did not know that.
We've nicknamed Eka Mouse after the reggae star.
Did Gale's goal not count?
I think it's 3-0. I just think the score, and
They haven't
I think
updated
Gale's.
that.
I don't know whether the second goal counted.
Yeah, all right. Twitter said 3. The art one's
It
still
is 3.
standing. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's 3. Look at 22 going again. He's breaking out of midfield. Nah, lie down.
Oh no. Get up, go.
Oh, come on.
Oh, it's still in the water.
The water helped us. Go on, Bank. Oh, come on. Hit it low, Bank. Hit it low.
He's like, oh, yep, yeah.
Money? Money? No?
Yeah. There you go.
Bank
Now
tried
we're
to
up
make
to
a
the
deposit.
national 3.
He failed.
Love the pun.
That number 80, he's ridiculously tall.
Gale was subbed off and subbed back in.
We're missing. I thought Gal was on the bench. Stefan. obviously
Gao, I
Tish
thought might
James
have been
won.
out.
Sorry, mate.
I thought Gao, they said, was out. Or like a last-minute decision. I could be wrong.
Yeah, he probably could be injured on. I might have missed that on the Discord earlier. I think he was one of the votes, wasn't it, up front?
Yeah.
I'm just going to double check that. Oh, yeah, Gal and Boss are both out. It was Maya that started up front. It's interesting that number 6, Owen, is standing where he is there. I'm just trying to work out if he's moved to right back.
What's his normal position?
Centre back, and he's slow.
Huh. Oh, there's 80.
The old wooden seat in there. Straight out to Art.
Oh.
No. Okay.
Yeah. There's your point earlier. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
That was nice.
Yep, and that is partly what I was just talking about with where our central defenders.
Not much film could do there, I don't think.
No, he did his best one-on-one. Take your chances. Yeah, look at that. Our defence is all over the place. We're
Was
not
that
the
Eek
best.
coming in from the left? Trying to
Sorry,
track
mate?
back? Was that Eek coming in from the left? Trying to track back?
Could well be.
24? I feel like that's a recurring theme of like where I don't know if we're just trying to play a trap or what, but of just these breakaways seem to happen game after game after game.
24 is Eek. Yeah, that's why we ended up with Fofana. And what we're seeing is we're not very good at adapting to other teams, and sometimes we just chuck players on because we need a player to play at a certain position. Like Owen should not be playing there. For instance, let's just watch Owen for a second in his movement. How is he helping the defence, you know?
Yeah.
How's he helping the attack? He's not doing anything for either side. He's just playing that position. So for us as fans, there's two things that becomes slightly difficult. The first thing is not knowing every single player that is there today at the pitch. So we know the players that were on the team sheet, and we know a couple of the players that we were voting for, but we don't necessarily know every single player that turned up today and every single player that didn't turn up today. So to say, bring this person on as a sub could be a bit difficult. So one thing that we need to maybe do is not just have the team sheet that we put up before the match, but then once the match has actually started, literally name every single player that's there. Did I just watch a replay?
I don't think so.
It's all right, don't worry.
So now Owen is off for Poom for the last 20.
Poom's a utility player. He's a decent midfielder who can play defensive midfield, central midfield, and can even play centre back as well. Unless they meant Method Man. Because we had two Pooms.
That's right.
So unless they mean Method, who is a straight centre back.
Let's see what you got.
I think in some respects, we're almost better off having like Eek and Art. But then you really do need your two centre backs and a defensive midfielder to do their job.
And I don't think we have the depth at defensive midfield. Kind of to your point earlier about, talking about Fofana and that gap being presented right now.
I think what I tend to find, and this was shown against Bangkok in the sort of like the early stages, sometimes we need to be told, like the team need to be told, like, stop running about, stick to your positions and trust your teammates.
Go ahead.
If you stick to your position, then there's always somebody to pass to. If everybody's running around like headless chickens, then there's never anybody to pass to because they're never actually in their correct position. Like the centre backs were to trust the right back and left back to do their job, they wouldn't get pulled out of position.
Do you chalk that up to being a chemistry thing, something that can change and grow over time? Is that just the kind of where we're at with division and play? What do you attribute that to?
Mixture of everything. I think if I was to be harsh, I would say it's the coaches and that they're not out there telling the team to tighten up, etc. And making the correct sort of like little adjustments. Oh, unlucky. But ultimately, what we're going to find is that these players at this level are gifted in athleticism and sort of like football attributes, but those attributes aren't going to be mentally, like, it's not going to be defensive positioning. It's going to be whether they're decent tacklers. That's the natural. These other things are stuff that you learn in the academy, sort of like on the chalkboard, Who's that down? Number 17, that's new. So New was playing centre back. Looks like he already had that ankle strapped up. I don't know. And look at his colour there.
Yeah, he's grabbing it. Ugh.
So yeah, I think like at this moment in time, as a holder, as a fan, like literally sitting here right now, it's difficult to say how we change things because I don't exactly know the state of play. And these are just things that will gradually get better as time goes on.
100%. I mean, the club was founded a few months ago, and as we've seen, like we can compete against divisions well above us.
Yep.
So we definitely got something special, something exciting going on here. And yeah, I think time is really just not on our side right now and is a huge upside for us. Let's go. Rayer's saying that the pitch is just kind of killing everything right now.
Yeah, it's probably partly why we're seeing injuries as well.
'82. We've got 8 minutes left. 3-1 currently.
I'm surprised at how big they are as a team. I thought they'd be smaller. I'm surprised that they're not playing a lot of the people that are named on their, like in the Primera club, on their team sheet. They're not playing a lot of these players.
I wonder what's going on with that.
Like for instance, they've only got one goalkeeper registered.
That doesn't feel right.
No, can't be.
There you go. So this team is what, 6th? Only lost one match so far. Hopefully about to lose a second.
Hopefully, yeah. So they're 6th. They've played. Excuse me. They played the same amount of games as us. We're in 4th at the moment. They've won 3, drawn 1, lost 1, scored 11 goals, conceded 7 goals. We've played the same amount of games, 5 games. We've won 3 and drawn 2. We've scored 24 goals and conceded 2 goals.
Wow. That's insane. Absolutely insane.
Yeah. I'm just going to mute my mic while I have a drink and clear my throat.
You're good. When you come back, I'd be curious what the stats are for the number 1 team in the league currently.
So at the moment, top of the league are Hua Samrong. They've played 8 games, so they've played 3 more games than us. They've won 6 of those. They've drawn 1. They've lost 1. They've scored 18 goals and they've conceded 6. So in comparison to us, if we win our next 3 games, we'll be top of the league.
So 4th doesn't quite tell the full story here. And that's something I guess we don't really see a lot in the US sports of the difference in the games. I know it's a little more drawn out here. You get that a little bit like the Premier League.
This is COVID and all these other things. I mean, the season started a couple of months later and will go on a couple of months further than what it would usually, which is why we're out of sync with the top leagues who are now in pre-season. But Bangkok, who are in 3rd in this league, have played 9 games.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's 2 teams. Us and Primera have played 5. Everybody else has played 6, 7, 8, or 9.
Wow. So, I mean, having all these games in hand and still being 4th is pretty solid.
Well, Bangkok AFC in 3rd are goal difference of 0 because they've scored 16 and conceded 16. And that's probably partly due to us, no doubt. But, first First place has got a goal difference of 12, and we've got a goal difference of 22.
22. That's insane. Come on. Oh, no, this is a repeat. This is old. We saw this. Stream, what are you doing?
We're at 91st minute now.
Perfect. All right, we're all caught up.
It's an interesting one.
Ooh.
Oh, red.
Wow. Wow.
That's got to be yellow.
Yeah. I do like the purple goalkeeper kit.
Yeah, it looks good. I think it'd be better with gold rather than the white.
Yeah.
Around the neck.
Yeah.
Gale's fitness must be good at the moment. He's played nearly a whole game.
Yeah. Great to see.
Yeah, so sometimes I get a little reluctant to stick my oar in because it's difficult to know who's on the pitch, and you don't just want to be change this, change that, without really knowing exactly what's going on.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to keep up, especially the rolling subs on top of it too.
Yep. I mean, I can see as time goes on that we'll probably make less substitutions, but we'll ask for less. But well, to be honest, at the moment, we don't even ask for that many.
Yeah.
They don't wait for us to make subs, not that they should, which is good. You know, it's not like the coaching team wait on us to say something. They do what needs to be done. I think a lot of people are worried that what's happening here is that we tell them what to do, and that's that. And it's not. It's a conversation. Yes, we have votes which need to be followed, but the coach gives us those votes. It's not just some random arbitrary thing that we just go, do you know what we want to do? Put, round peg in square hole.
Right.
If we was to say now, can you put Galbasana in goal? They're not going to say yes just because we're holders.
Right.
I think people are a bit worried about that, though, that we've got like too much power.
It's really not. It does feel very balanced, which is to big credit to, Futera and everyone involved with the project. It'd be very easy to get out of balance.
Well, we do have a lot of control. I mean, looking at other projects, I had a look at WAGME, and they bought Crawley Town, and I don't want to fud their project. I hope they do well, and Crawley Town are a team that people know in the UK. They're not a big team, they're not a well-known team, but the kind of a team you go, oh yeah, I think I've heard of Crawley Town. But you don't really have any control as a holder, other than at the end of the season, if you haven't been promoted after 2 seasons, you can kick the ball down. So it really, even though it is an NFT Web3 team, it's run in a completely different way. I'm not quite sure of the way that World of Football is run. I'll have to look into that one. It's the one that's got a Portuguese team. Rorca there, Bradford City, they tried to buy first. You see, this is another thing. Like, I think I read they paid 5 million for Go on Bank. Oh, we nearly sneaked that one in. I think they paid 5 million for Crawley Town. In Bradford would have been a lot more than that, I think. Don't know. Then they got a yearly wage budget of 1.5 million.
Okay.
I think if they sold all of their NFTs, they make something like 4.8 million, which doesn't even cover the cost of the club.
Yeah. Interesting.
If you go on
that's
to
gotta be tough to make it.
Yeah, this sounds bad, but there is a feeling in the UK that American owners are bad for UK football because of the lack of understanding. And when I've looked at a lot of the stuff, it is all about we're going to make it to the Premier League. We're going to make it to the Premier League, and nothing about how they're going to make it to the Premier League.
Sure.
So
right.
And you do find that a little bit with some sort of American owners. They think that it's just, throw money at it. And I mean, I don't know, correct me here if I'm wrong. I mean, as a Cincinnati sort of like soft fan, I'd say, if you just sit there and wait for 10 years, eventually your team will rise to the top because of the way that the draft system works.
I'm going to say that's not true as a Chicago Bears fan. But
you know what I'm getting at, though? If we're Cincy and we're bottom of the league, then we start to get some wicked drafts, right? And it just there's like we don't get relegated.
Yeah, there's no relegation at all.
And I don't know, it is like what would I say? It's like it's an overgeneralization that we see it kind of like is there a fight breaking out there? Is he just giving him a hug?
There's a card for someone there.
But yeah, there's 100 teams trying to get into the Premier League at the moment, and I just don't really see that they're going to be one of them.
I think you raised some really good points, though. It's like, what is the? You have this thing now. What is the? What is that? The roadmap. What is the plan to get there?
I couldn't find the roadmap, by the way. I might not have been looking in the right place. I didn't go on the Discord, but I didn't actually see a roadmap.
Have you got, sports science, you've got analytics, you've got coaching. What is your strategy for,
close.
For, further developing the club? A club that comes to my mind, which I don't know super well, is Brentford.
Yes.
Who, smaller club, but really like, okay, here's our strategy, here's our plan, here's how we're going to do this and execute it. And, they get the label, at least over here, of being like the money ball of soccer.
Yeah.
And in how they approach things. And they've made it to the Premier League. And I had a blast watching them.
But will
especially
they
when
last?
They whooped Arsenal.
My team's Charlton. We were the team that was, if you want to make it and carry on financially, base yourself after Charlton. It took 2 seasons for us to destroy ourselves. That's all it took. And now we're, mid-table League One. So a lot of that is down to poor ownership. But one thing I will say, they've made some brilliant signings at Wagme. They have made some really, really good signings. Like that we shouldn't underestimate what they're doing. It's just I don't really see the long term of how they're going to do it.
Sure.
The point that Rorker brought up there about the stadium is something I was talking about in Discord the other day. Maidstone United, who you've probably never heard of, spent 5 million on their stadium alone.
Wow.
When we're looking at some of these stadiums and what it costs, I think that they said Maidstone that they had to spend 70,000 on lighting, and they were expecting to have to relay their pitch within 2 years, which was going to be like 100 and something thousand.
Jeez.
They had to put in a set of toilets, which was 40,000. And there was something else as well, which was another like 10, 15,000. This is just general upkeep of your stadium.
Right.
So, I mean, this is why the project here seems to have, I don't know, it seems to have more legs on it just because we're not spending so much money.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a difficult game to watch with some of the stream and that, but to be expected with it being an away game.
Yeah, and again, like Adam was saying, not standard for the home at all.
No.
Second half was a little better.
I think bad points for us there was the way that our defense was getting sliced apart, basically. I think there's probably too much distance between them. They're not a normal defensive pairing.
Yeah.
we were
Would
making
you
a
say
lot of
that's
progress.
the weakest aspect of kind of not the weakest, but like the maybe not as consistent defense, mid, forward, goalkeeper? Is that the one position grouping you would change?
I
Not
wouldn't
change, but
change.
want to see
What I want to
improve more.
see is basically, this is me personally, Method Man and Tuit at centre back, week in, week out. Obviously, we have injuries, we have other fitness concerns, we have people that have to work, or military service is another thing that we have to take into consideration. I believe John is in the Air Force.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I think John's in the Thai Air Force. So the different things are taken into consideration here, but it is what it is, Thanks, Walker. Good to have you here again. Always involved. But
Work as a legend.
It's difficult to. I don't think it's necessarily anything that the coaching staff can do here. It's just fitness and injuries and other stuff getting in the way of it.
And that's soccer.
Yeah.
Like that's going to happen to any club, anytime.
Well, we don't, with some of the stuff, but we don't have these players on professional contracts, which is good. It sounds bad, but it's good because it means we're not paying professional wages. Now, it does mean you can have someone like Tishan just walk away, or you can have someone like Fu picked up by a top team, at a click of your fingers. But for us at the moment, it's much better for sustainability until we get to a point where we actually need to, for league rules, to actually have a certain amount of people on contract.
Allows for some nice flexibility. Who is your man of the match?
Ju did well in midfield.
He did really well, especially I'm thinking towards the second half and just some of those runs he had and set up. I thought it was fantastic.
Eek and Art played well. Eek being at left back and Art being at right wing.
I think my vote is Eek.
And Gale obviously got the 2 goals and played quite well himself.
Can't argue with that. A quality finish match for him.
Film didn't have much to do. He did save a couple of decent saves, but I would say it's probably between left back, Gale, and then take your pick between, Ju's doing well in midfield. As I say, Art did well at right wing and Bank did well at left wing.
It's nice when you can have that conversation around so many different players in different positions. That's a good sign. Always a good sign.
Well, it's not like Dome anymore, where we have players who aren't fit. We have to take them off just after half time, and all we've got to replace them with is trash. Which sounds harsh, but it's true. It's kind of we've now got a set team, and we've got decent sort of like 1 or 2 backups for each. Well, not every position, but for most positions that you'd be quite happy with.
Yeah.
Even with Tishan, right, in that situation at centre forward, it's never bothered me too much because we get so many goals throughout the whole team that I never really thought that a centre forward would come in and score the same amount of goals.
Yeah.
It's almost, I don't know, it's almost like we need a centre forward who's going to support everybody else rather than always be the centre point. What do you think about
that? Interesting.
You don't want to cut everybody. You don't want to cut down the goals that everybody else is getting. We might be getting, let's say, 6 goals from midfield over 2 games, and you might bring in a striker, and he might get 4 goals over 2 games because he's getting 2 goals per game. So you might actually limit the amount of goals that you get because you're trying to focus on this one player. As well, if you had a supporting role, which is kind of what we've got at the moment.
You raise a really good point there. The fact that we can score from so many different positions, and we have scored from so many different positions consistently, like it doesn't make that striker position less important, but it's not as critical, I guess, as you would think it would be on paper to success of the club.
Yeah, when you look at some of the teams that are like how Norwich did, and you've got Pookie, and he's either on it or he's not, and when he's not, they're not scoring any goals whatsoever. So, we're not like that. We don't necessarily need to sign a striker to get goals. We can get goals without having to sign a striker.
And just almost get someone to help, if anything, help facilitate, hold, either increase, decrease pace of play up top. Like, I really think that kind of utility would be the most beneficial type of striker for us right now.
Well, people were talking about having a target man up front, and originally I wasn't too much in favour of that, but I can see now how that would work.
Oh my gosh, yeah, huge.
All
right, well, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Say there is a size discrepancy sometimes that we might need filling as well. That's why it might be good to get a centre forward. You look at the size of some of those players today.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm surprised. I felt like they really didn't utilize that size too much.
100%.
Which is super, super surprising.
There was the goalkeeper was playing long balls, but it wasn't like, it wasn't really for knockdowns. And like you say, it just didn't make the most of it.
Yeah, there wasn't much aerial there for me.
The most dangerous stuff was when they were actually cutting us up with slide balls through along the ground.
Yeah, absolutely, catching us off.
So, what are your plans for the rest of the weekend, then, mate?
Oh, geez, pop off to bed for about 2 hours, then a little F1, and then see if I can stay awake for the rest of the day. It's kind of up in the air. What about you?
I'm just going to go outside and enjoy the sun, I think. I think I'll catch the F1 on the highlights later.
Love it.
See if the Mercedes can keep it on the track this time. See if they can keep it on the black, or end up in the wall. But yeah, it's always good to have a win. I mean, I was thinking the other day when we had the test, I was sort of thinking, we beat 4-2. Jesus Christ. He kept thinking the rest of the day, 4-2. I can't believe we beat that team 4-2. So it does give you a bit of a buzz.
It absolutely does. Another great win, 3-1 win for Futera.
I mean, looking at the league table, by the way, that will put us, that keeps Primera where they are in 6th place with 10 points. That puts us with 14 points into 2nd place in front of JB Academy, who are also on 14, but we've got a better goal difference.
Love it. Huge jump.
Yeah, so we go into
42.
2nd position, and if we were to win the next game as well, we would cement that, basically.
Love it. And we still got a few games in hand, right?
We've got 2 games in hand over 1st place, who are Samrong. Basically, JB Academy and Hua Samrong are our biggest rivals at the moment. Just looking at them, because JB Academy is scoring quite a few goals and not conceding many. And they basically, as I say, they're on the same amount of points as us. They just got a worse goal difference. Hua Samrong have actually lost a game. So once we catch up to them, it's probably going to be us and JB Academy. And it'll be whatever the score is between us two.
Very, very exciting.
We did play them in a pre-season friendly and beat them, I think.
Nice. How many more matches are in the season? Do you know?
I honestly don't know, mate. I don't think there's anything to show previous season.
Gotcha. No worries on
I know that the Division 1 is already up to 18 games.
Wow.
Division 2 is up to 16 games. So I would have thought, we've played 5. We've got at least another, I'd say 15 games, 20 games.
I like that. So still plenty of time, but things are looking great. We're in a great position.
It looks like you're basically going to, OMAC, or as Lawrence likes to call them, Old MacDonald, they've got 0 points over 7 games.
Wow.
TM have got 1 point over 6 games. So you're going to find that there's a massive, massive gap sort of like difference between the top 3, then the middle of the table, and the bottom sort of like 4 are going to be well behind.
Gotcha. Very, very interesting. So, big fight between the top as we go on. Next match is it another test competition?
I'm not 100% sure on that one, mate. Oh, by the way, Gale goes into second place on the top scorer of the league.
Yes.
With 6 goals.
Let's go.
What is that? I don't think the next match has been announced yet.
Oh yeah, I can't find anything in the Discord. Anything else to kind of wrap up before we close out for the day?
Not other than, there's been quite a few more minuted over the last week. We've had quite a few more people come into it, which has been good.
Really good.
Roadmap 2.0 is all coming into fruition. So, no, nothing really more, mate, to be honest. There's always stuff, isn't there? But we just spent a couple of hours yapping about it. So, I'm sure everybody's bored listening to me now.
Well, as always, I appreciate you coming on, man. This has been a lot of fun, and let's look forward to doing it again soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me, mate. Today I've actually spoken into the microphone. Next time I might get the camera position right.
Let's go. Baby steps, baby steps. We'll get there.
That's it, mate. That's it.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, mate. Hope you get a couple of hours sleep, and have a good Sunday.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who tuned in. Appreciate you all, and we will see you soon.
Thanks, everyone. Big love.